Alright, so we're doing exercise 5b, and in this video I'm going to go through the answer to 4e. 4 asks us to sketch the graph of each of the following and state the range of each. And here we're given y equals x plus 1, where x is equivalent to negative infinity to 3. So the very first thing that we need to do is give y equals x plus 1 a sketch. Now I immediately know what that is going to look like. I'm going to have y equals x. So that's just going to be this, y equals x is going to be that, and then plus 1, so it's going to be shifted up 1. Now if you wanted to be more precise, which you have to, because I'm going to have to find my x-intercept, and I'm going to have to find my y-intercept. To find my x-intercept, I'm going to let y equal 0. So I'm going to have 0 equals x plus 1, which means I'm going to have negative 1 equals x. So I could come over here and say that this is going to be equal to negative 1 and 0. Then I need to find what my y-intercept is going to equal. My y-intercept is going to equal. To find that, I'm going to let x equal 0. So I'm going to have y equals 0 plus 1, so y equals 1. So that means I could come over here and I could say that this is going to be 0, 1. Now that I've done that, I really need to consider the fact that I'm told that my domain is between negative infinity to 3, which means that my graph is going to be true for where x is negative infinity, so everywhere here, and it's going to keep on going and keep on going and keep on going, but it's going to stop at 3. So here, if I was to grab a pen, I could show you that this is 1, 2, 3. This is the x value where my graph is going to stop existing. So now I could go up, I could go up, 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 up to this point right here, and I need to say that it's stopping here. It's going no further. So I'm going to grab my graph and I'm going to shrink this back. Shrink, 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 shrink. And furthermore, I can't have an arrow here anymore. There should be no arrow. Instead, it should just be a circle. And notice that I have a closed circle here because I have a square bracket, which means it's including the 3, so I'm going to include that as well. So a closed circle. Let me rub these out. Now I can't just leave it like this. I need to put what my coordinate of this is going to be. I know the first one is going to be 3, but what is my y going to be? So that's what I'm going to be figuring out, what my y is going to be. In order to do that, what I'm going to do is sub in x equals 3. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to say, what was my equation again? Y equals x plus 1. So I'm going to say y equals 3 plus 1. So as you can see there, in my x spot, I put 3. And now that I've done that, I can go, well, that means that my y is going to be 4. So therefore, when x is 3, y is going to be 4. So I can come up here and I can put 4 into this spot. And then we could actually count it. We could say, well, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So having these grid lines is really quite helpful because we can just visually see that we've done it correctly. This is going to be 3, 4. And the last bit of the question is asking me to state the range of this. So I need to figure out what the range is. And I'm going to write that, let me come over here for a second. I'm going to write what my range is. So looking at this, my range is the set of all the possible y values. Hopefully you can see that because this is going down and down and down to infinity, it's going to be negative infinity, and it's going to go up and up and up and up and up, and it's going to stop here. This is where my last y value is going to be, at 4. And I'm going to put a square bracket there. So it's going to go from negative infinity all the way up to 4. So my range is negative infinity to 4. I have 3, 4 here. I've labeled my intercepts. Very nice. Hopefully this was helpful to you when answering question 4e.